Hello, hello, everyone. Aren't you tired of these awkward starts? I am. It's always weird. I don't know how many lives I've done. Every single time, I have to make sure that triple check that everything's working. I'll just wait for the comments. I'm looking below the main camera here because we've got a big TV streaming the comments. I do see some people here. I just want to confirm that you see my video and that you can hear my voice also. But I do see Michael. Hello, Mike. Eric, Kentucky is in the house. West Yorkshire, sorry, is in the house too. India is in the house. Halifax, everyone. Ray, Bob, welcome. Krishna, Gary, everyone. Great to see you here. We're going to try to do maybe one of these live things per month. Hey, Stephen, welcome. And I'll take some questions. I have a few topics I'd like to cover here, and I want to show you also a little piece of equipment. Maybe I should start with that. Can you see it? You probably can't. You can see my phone here, which is acting as a camera, and it's pointing at this over there. You can't see it, right? So let's hear it first. I'm going to use this today. Bonjour Jacques, bienvenue. Schmook, bienvenue. Okay, so we're gonna try the sound. It'll be a good opportunity, and then I'll show you what I'm going through. How does this sound compared to my voice? If it's working okay, great. I hope it is. I hope it's coming through. Okay, so this is new. Okay, let me show you what I'm using. Ta-da! This is the Gembox 3. It's not very expensive. It's a budget multi-effect. But what I like about it, and we're going to use it today, is a couple things. First of all, it's a great practice tool. Oh, and this is not a review. It's not a review. Joyo sent me this, and I thought I would use it on the stream, but I got it because of practice, which is, we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to increase the volume a little bit here. The reason I like this is that it does IRs. You can load custom IRs into this. And the second reason I like it is because of this right here. This thing. It's got a built-in drum machine, which is kind of what we're going to use. Would anybody tell me just the balance of my voice, this drum machine, and is that better at all with the voice? Even louder than this? Okay. Okay. How about this? Still? Really? Okay. You know what? If this doesn't work, that's fine. We'll just skip this and we'll still talk. I'll still take some questions. I have an idea. I'm sorry to turn my head from you, so we'll do this. and I have an idea. I said how to fix this. Okay, so we are going to do something like, let's see. See, that's why I don't do lives. That's why I don't do lives. Because of this. Like this. Okay. Let's try the drum track real quick. I don't want it to be too loud for people. Okay, great. Thanks everyone. Let's get started right away. We're gonna do kind of interactive questions, but the main thing I wanted to talk about is improvisation, developing improvisation, musicality, and all that when you are alone with no one else. And you might be tempted to think, well, you got to use backing tracks. Yes, but not always. So the idea that I want to share with you is to get comfortable with who you are and how the instrument is used to extend that part of you. And if it's a little loud, that's easy to fix. So what we're going to do, we'll go back to maybe a drum loop or something like that, but no chords. And I think that's the missing piece it's still the missing piece for me, so that's why I do this a lot. We're going to start with a chord, and we'll start with a simple chord, maybe a bar chord, maybe a B minor. See, I didn't say A minor, a B minor chord. And we'll start with that, and then from there, we're gonna dig in our bag of scales that we can fit to that, if we do have a bag. Maybe we don't, but most of us do have at least one thing in that bag. Minor chord, we'll associate that with what comes to mind. What do you guys think? Minor pentatonic, maybe, right? That typically works because within the minor pentatonic scale, we find this chord. We can even see it shape-wise. Oh, I said B, sorry. We can even see it shape-wise. We have that minor pentatonic scale, and within that, I can fit that B minor chord. So we're going to start with that. The idea is to play a little bit of the chord and a little bit of the scale both together and create something. So it's going to start with silence, obviously, nothing at all. And we're going to play that chord to break the silence and kind of establish the mood. I'm going to turn off this distortion for a little bit. Okay, so we got this chord. That sets the stage, and then we're just going to take a few notes from our pentatonic scale. That's what came to mind, but I could have played something like that, or something like surprise, surprise. Something like this. It doesn't matter. We're trying to match something to the scale. Once we have that first idea, let's go back to... I want to try to dissociate my playing, active participant of the thing, dissociate with that a little bit and just listen. Okay, I'm no longer just a player and a performer, but I'm also the listener. So I'm listening to that, and that should kind of feed my imagination. It should feed something else. So I don't know what else, but that's where we need to find that thing. So I got... Then I'm really going to listen to what I want next. I don't know. You probably have an idea. I have a different one. We all have different ideas. But once I have that, that's the path of exploration that we're going to take. Okay, so we got this chord. Okay, I'm hearing... Da, I can't sing it. Ba ba bum, dum dum dum. Okay. Ba ba dum. Try to find that. Oh, here it is. Oh, it's completely outside of that zone of the fretboard. That's great. Da, ba. If you didn't play that, you might try to find it. But that's okay. So what we did here is associate something on the fretboard that came from a different place. That's at the core of developing that improvisation type of thing. So we got da, da, da. Okay, we're gonna do it one more. Maybe after this I want to have da da ba bum. Okay, da da ba bum. Now before we try to fish around for that, we're now going to visualize that da da ba bum. Maybe air guitar it, and then imagine maybe a line ba da. It starts somewhere. Ba, ba. Okay, the next dot, ba, ba, is going to be lower. Da, da, even lower, la, and then higher, dum. So we got 4 notes on this one. Da, da, ba, ba, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, ba. Anything else you can notice about that idea? We're just visualizing it, doing the process really step by step by step, which will really help. Da, da, ba, ba. Oh, are there any similar notes? Ba, ba. So if this is here, ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. Yeah, we only have 3 pitches. Okay, that might help. Something else that might help is that we decided to start with the minor pentatonic scale. Ba, ba, da. Da, da, ba, ba. These notes are probably within the minor pentatonic scale, because the idea that we sang da da ba ba was influenced by what happened just before. And just before we established that mood. And we were operating in that minor pentatonic scale. Because if you hear something, it's kind of like that's the story. We opened a book, and that book is about this thing. This particular story. The prince, the castle, like that's the setting. And I'm not right away going to go to a spaceship. That'll be a different story. So we are operating in that realm, and because that story is kind of embedded in part of my brain, anything else I am going to sing is naturally most likely going to be in that pentatonic scale. Da-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, da-da-ba-ba-da-bum. Automatically I'm adjusted to that. So we have that idea. Da-da-ba-ba. We kind of did the detective work a little bit on that. Da-da-ba-ba. 4 notes, only 3 pitches. Pitch number 2 and ba-ba-ba-ba, and 4 were the same. Minor pentatonic. It's going to be easier to take a chance. Some B, da-da-ba-ba. Something like that. It really helps to visualize that. Okay. If you have a guitar, try this with me. We have ba-da-ba-ba. We're in B minor. First string fret 7. Second string frets 10, 7, and back to 10. Okay, so we got that. Da-da-ba-ba. Play that if you have your instrument. Da-da-da-da. And pay attention to the last note. Where are you landing? You're landing on the second string, 10th fret. Oops. Da-da-ba-ba. That second string, 10th fret sounds like da, da, da. Okay, da-da-ba-ba. All right. What was it? Second string, 10th fret. Let's talk about something else. I had pizza for lunch. That's usually a good topic. Food. And I didn't have water. So, oh, my coffee. I just made coffee here. I need to go get it, actually. Oh, well, in a second. Okay, your mind is clear now. We talked about something else. You remember second string, 10th fret? What sound was it? Try to sing it. Yep. No. Yeah. La. Okay, so now you know where that da is, right? Because there's da da ba ba. We associated that sound ba with a string and a fret. Now, can you play? Just really visualize it first and then just do it. Da, 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 ba, ba. Go for it. Try it. You should be able to play it right away with all the clues that we gathered. You know, B minor pentatonic. Ba, that pitch, we know where that is now. Ba. If I draw a line, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should strike the string 5 times, all descending, no similar pitches. Ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna try. I think I know what it is. I think I'm visualizing it. I know where I'm starting from. Ba. Because before I cleared your head, we landed on that. We associated 2nd string, 10th fret, all descending minor pentatonic. I'm just gonna go down the minor pentatonic starting from that 2nd string, 10th fret. We're in B minor. Da da ba ba ba. 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna try. Yes. You see what he did with a simple idea? We gathered clues. It started from nowhere. We just decided on a chord. And then we got in our, I'm gonna answer questions in 1 second. I see them all. We dug into our bag of tricks. Now that bag is gonna be full or not very full, but that's okay. Wherever you are, if it's not full, just put the minor pentatonic in there with the minor chords. Major pentatonic scale with the major chords. And then we did some, we linked the ear with the physical aspect of playing. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Can you play that? Now you're comfortable with that. Ba, that pitch, right? La, 2nd string, 10th fret. Da, 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 da. What do you think that is? Ma, ba, ba, ba. La, wherever that is. Ba, ba, a little bit higher, and right here, which is the same note as the 2nd pitch. So you got 1, 2, 3, 2, if we named those pitches with numbers. So, and we know that ba is right here, 2nd string, 8th fret, not 10th fret, so that's what it is. Okay, does that make sense? It's very simple, but it's profound, or it was profound for me, because no longer do you have to be slave to the positions that you're learning. And that frees a lot of yourself, and it gives you freedom to play over really anything. Just participate to the music by trying to get as an anchor that inner ear. Because really, I think the inner ear is most of the time it's much stronger than you might think it is. And so we tend to forget that, and we tend to think that we're going to be better musicians if we learn scales and theory and chords and all those. Those things are important, but they never really make up for that core foundation, the inner musician that is inside of you. And so the idea is to reconnect with that inner composer. I think that's important. Okay, and then this kind of exercise is very beneficial to do anytime you pick up the guitar, and you have 5-10 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna try na da ba 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 bum, sing something, replicate that, and then see where these pitches fall on your fretboard, and then use some of these pitches as anchors for the next idea so that it gets faster and faster. And then you can add an element of rhythm, which we'll do in a second. I'm going to go back to a few questions here, and I see quite a few, kind of in random order. I thought that was a question, but it's not. Actually, there's not many questions, so let's carry on. For those of you who just joined us, thank you for being here. Let's now use this. So everything is going through here. And if you're interested in finding out more about this, there's a link below too. I'm not paid by them. I just kind of like to use this to practice. We're going to go to the rhythm section. It's got a tap delay, looper, and all that, but for convenience sake, I'm not going to use all that. I'm just going to try to find something kind of inspiring to me. That is inspiring. I'm still at a comfortable tempo, maybe 98, something I like. And you know what? It's not as inspiring as I want it to be. This is. Okay, we'll use this. So now, the things we just talked about, as far as singing, replicating that, now there's another factor that we need to respect. So I'm still going to try to use the associating pitches with strings and frets, but with that constraint. Okay, let's change keys maybe. We'll do something in G minor. With the 6th or 13th. Just kind of getting comfortable with the rhythm. Inside of my mind, what's happening is that subdivision. Because whatever I play is going to fall on one of those subdivisions that I chose. Now I'm going to play a few notes. I'm thinking Dorian, that's from one of those bags. Minor scale, minor chord, Dorian, because it's got a 6th. Let's not talk too much about theory, it doesn't really matter, but that's kind of what I'm going to operate in. For those of you who are allergic to modes, it's just a minor pentatonic scale to which we're adding 2 notes. The notes between the 1 and the flat 3, the major 2nd, 2 frets higher than the root, which is G. And one fret behind the minor 7th, which is the 5th note of our minor pentatonic scale, that's the major 6th. So it's really minor pentatonic with the major 2nd and the major 6th. Okay, so that's... Okay, I'm going to start, so G minor, simple idea. Okay, that's what we have. Descending the minor pentatonic. What am I doing here? Well, strings 3 and 4, frets 5, 3, 5, 3. Okay, I'm going to take one of these notes as an anchor. Maybe the first one. I'm going to remember that this is always going to be played on the 3rd string, 5th fret. How about I could do that because I know that I'm in minor pentatonic. I hear that sound, and I had as an anchor, and I know that that's 3rd string, 5th fret. Something like that. And I could visualize it. Okay, that's backwards. How about this? Okay. I think I have 8 notes. We'll try that. Descend is always going to be 3rd string, 5th fret. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, right there. Okay, how about okay, you could play that. That's a starting statement. How about not it's a little lower. Instead of 5, 3, 5, 3, it's 5, 3, 5, 2. Okay, hopefully, I'm going to stop this. It does get annoying. It's just a great way to practice. So we've got 2 elements now. We have connected what we're playing with the inside. What am I doing? Sorry, you're here. And now we have that limitation. And then we can add another one, which is chords. Now we're no longer in control of determining that I'm going to start in G minor or B minor. We got to follow the rest now. But I think all those things get very, very easy if you have that foundation, which is starting with connecting with your inner musician. And even if you can't name the scales, as long as you can replicate what you're singing, that's really what being a musician is. Translating those ideas on the outside. Don't feel less competent because you don't necessarily know the wording. It doesn't matter. All right, let's chat a little bit here, going back to all this. Gage is asking, every time I try to play blues, they just sound like scales. How do I fix that? Gage, that's the problem. I know. It's not just you. And I really think it starts with putting your guitar down, not having it, because anytime you're holding it, you're starting to think like a guitar player, and your mind automatically goes with everything that involves the guitar. The way you hold it, the scale positions, you might even start, playing it. Whereas if you put it down, you don't have that. It feels weird, but if you take a backing track and listen to it, then you're going to start, if you don't have your guitar, you're going to approach it like a singer. And the cool thing with singers is that we use the singer's instrument all the time, every day, even if we're not a singer, our voice. So we're very connected with our voice, as opposed to a guitar where we might spend, 2 hours every day on the instrument, or 3 or 1 or 10 minutes. We don't always have it, whereas our voice is the main instrument all the time. So it's easy to replicate the sounds that are in our head through the voice. And so if you learn how to do that without a guitar, the ideas that are going to come out are not going to be generated by a pentatonic scale, because your voice doesn't care about those things. It just speaks. It went from learning how, as a baby, how to make all those sounds, but now they're inside, and so you just go for it. So if you take a backing track, and I don't think I'm set up for you to hear something. We'll try, so I can show you. I'm gonna grab a blues backing track. I don't know that you're gonna be able to hear this, I'm sorry. Can you? Can you hear this track? Hopefully it's not too loud. It might be a little loud. You start singing. Oh, I like that. Okay, I don't know what that is. My voice didn't know, but that's what came out. So now I'm going to take my guitar and okay, find that. I don't even know what scale I'm in, but okay, yeah. That is a very awkward fingering. What does that tell me? That tells me that the idea really came from inside, not from a pentatonic scale. It came from a different place. Now that I have this, now I can try to fit this idea somewhere where it makes more sense. Now, right here, within a position, it doesn't sound like a scale anymore, right? Because we had the idea from just being completely naked around, not literally, but around the backing track, and just me, my inner musician, no guitar. I started with the idea, then I get the guitar. And I say this often, the guitar is your pencil. The pencil doesn't tell the story. It's the author. You are the author inside. You have the stories. This is just the instrument. There's no hidden licks or songs hidden in there. This is just your instrument. So now that I have that, this lick doesn't sound like a scale anymore. It doesn't sound like... And you might say that, well, that's great, but it seems like a very long process. It's faster than you think. You just have to force yourself to do it. Maybe 5 minutes every day. And then you'll realize that you will feel the reconnection with what's inside. And as you're playing, you could do it with the guitar now because you're no longer tempted. You can resist the urge of, thinking in terms of scales, but just start singing something. And that really, really helps so much. And the cool thing is that most of the ideas that I've enjoyed were developed in my car driving, where I would listen to an album, which acts as a backing track, and then that's where if it sticks, when I get back home, I try to replicate that, and that enriches your vocabulary, and you don't need lick books to do that, which is cool. So, and Steve is asking about the Silver Sky. Yes, I can definitely use it. The reason I was going to use my Vola today, and the Silver Sky is good too, but these are single coils, and what I'm using here, the Gembox 3 by Joyo, is I haven't really tweaked it yet. So there's some background noises with single pickups. A little bit. But anyways, yes, here it is. This is the Silver Sky. For those who followed this a few months back, I wanted to buy a PRS. My friend Devin, who is helping me with the channel, is a big PRS fan. He has a McCarty, and I really liked it, and so I reached out to PRS and asked them about their models because I didn't really know what to get, and they were very, very nice enough to send me a few guitars to try, and then I would send them back until I decided. And I was surprised, but I decided to keep this one, to purchase this Silver Sky, and I really like it a lot. It's a great Strat sounding guitar. So I'll use this a little bit. Okay. Renaud, salut Renaud. So Renaud is my old neighbor in France, where I grew up, South France, and I used to give him guitar lessons when I was 16 or something. So anyways, good to see. Bienvenue, Renaud. I forget that I speak French too sometimes. Bertrand, salut. Hello. Okay, any questions here? If I missed a question, feel free to repost it. I will try to pay attention to these. And for those of you who just joined us, this is recorded so you can rewatch the beginning. We talked a little bit about reconnecting with what's inside of you. Like, this can be a barrier sometimes. As guitar players, this can be very limiting because we start thinking in terms of scales, positions, whereas if we put it down, we will remember, reconnect with what real music is. You can compose unbelievable things in your mind. And then just use your tools like this, just the instrument, the tool, to replicate that so people can hear it. But you can enjoy music without any instrument and just compose in your mind. I do this often, not anymore, because at the end of the day, I'm too drained. But I used to love sitting down in bed before I go to sleep, closing my eyes, and compose stuff in my mind. Love it. And yeah, Alessandra, yes. Thank you for resuming this. So I feel that the tone is oh, there we go. One of the tone was not up. Another thing that is beneficial too when you work on improv is, well, I'll take this question really quick from Yael. I hate singing. Is there a way which involves no singing to practice these things? You can sing in your mind, but I think you really have to imagine the pitch. You don't have to do it out loud, but it does help. And you don't have to be a great singer. And only do this when you're practicing home too. So that's kind of what I would do. Idris is asking if I have a series of very complex blues licks. I don't, but I think those complex blues licks are probably inside of you already. You just have to do those steps. But I don't. Maybe I should. I don't know. Simple ones, yes. This brings me to a good point. For those of you interested in lessons and things like that, yes, of course I sell my courses, but there is a link below if you haven't grabbed it yet. And I'm doing this for the quarantine thing where you can get a bundle of some of my best-selling courses for free. It's called the Practice at Home Bundle. If you're watching a re-recording of this, it might be gone, but if you're watching this live, it's free. Grab it below if you'd like. And there, it comes packed with backing tracks and all kinds of courses and useful things to practice. Okay. Paul, thank you very much. Everyone, really appreciate this. Any tips on effective pinch harmonics in improv? Paul, that's a good question. I don't have any tips. I haven't used pinch harmonics that much. I wish I could help more, but I don't have much tips. Matt, California, do I use this when playing with others? It's kind of a balance. Another really good question. It's kind of a balance. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. I made a video a while back. I'm reminded of this, a story of 2 cups, where you have 1 cup full of liquid and the other 1 cup is empty. So you take your cup that is full and pour it into the other one. Now this cup is empty, this one is full. And then you keep doing like that. Keep doing this as you're playing. What it means to me, what this story means to me is that 1 cup can be seen as the automatic playing. So that's where you're relying on your scales, your licks, and it's very mental off type of approach where you are just kind of like cruising along. And thank you for the super chat, Annie. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. So the 1 cup is for all the automatic playing. You can play your ears closed. No, eyes closed. Automatic mode. You know that this works over the backing track. We don't have one right now, but it's very mental absent type of thing. Your physical is involved, but your mental is checked out. And so you're playing, and then you realize, oh, this cup is empty. If I continue pouring this out, I'm going to keep playing the same exact things over and over. I'm going to get boring. So that's where this cup, which is now full, because it had time to rest, it can go back on. This cup is for the more engaged playing where you listen and you start singing internally and replicate that. You might play a little slower, but as you're doing this, it's much more demanding mentally, but physically it's not as demanding because you're not playing, all the technical stuff. You're more thoughtful and slower paced. But as you're doing this, at some point, well, this cup is going to be full, this one is empty because you're mentally completely drained, and it's a balancing act. So to answer your question, do I always sing what I want to play? No. Because it would be too draining mentally. I just kind of like, it's a balancing act between both. That's how I see it. And you can practice this, or it's not really something you practice, it's an awareness as you're playing over a backing track or in a jam or something like this. That's kind of how it works. So all those things could be applied with a looper, or I'm gonna go back to my rhythm here. And I'll just try to think about that. So see if you can pinpoint when I'm actively engaged with the process, singing things and replicating that, and when I'm just kind of like recharging my mental by playing automatically. And so I'll decide to go with, I don't know, an A Dorian type of thing. Surprise, surprise. So first I'm not doing anything. I'm doing the feeling the groove. focus. Too draining, so I'm going to go rely on more automatic playing. Back to my cup that is full. So forth. Okay, let's stop this. Let's stop. Starting you crazy now. Thank you. So it's a balancing act. How do you practice caged method while improvising? Is that how you pronounce it? I never know. Improvising. I don't. I don't practice caged when I improvise because I think the cage system is something that it's more of an understanding of the fretboard. Let me ask you this question, Bennett. Do you play minor pentatonic? Are you comfortable playing with the minor pentatonic scale, blues licks, and stuff like that? Most of us are, because that's where we start. Well, that's caged. That's complete cray. There's an imposter. David Wallman commented on this video. Okay, it's my wife from home, I'm sure, because my daughter doesn't know how to spell. Well, she does, but okay. Besides the point. You're playing caged if you play minor pentatonic, because the cage system is just a way to visualize the fretboard. A little bit more than that, to be truthful. So caged is 5 positions that you split the fretboard into these 5 different positions. And these positions are narrow. They are called caged, C-A-G-E-D, because you can visualize within these 5 positions the characteristics found in those chords, C-A-G-E-D. Now, it's not only a way to visualize the fretboard. This actually might answer a question for some of you. When you play within the caged system, which is a narrower type of position, like minor pentatonic scale, well, you're not going to do very big extensions. You're going to you tend to have your thumb wrapped around. That's a good indication that you're in the caged system. You're going to do maybe more bends. That's a position of the caged system, very narrow. And typically, when people start learning modes, they will go out of the caged system, that way of narrowing the fretboard positions, and kind of look at it vertically. So 3 note per string. That's a great system too, but the reason there's often a disconnect between, you're comfortable with the penta, and then when you have to play modal, well, you learn modes with a 3 note per string. Well, when you do this vertical 3 note per string, it kind of tends to have your thumb not wrapped around like this, but more in the back of the neck, and it favors things like more technical, maybe legato playing, that kind of thing, which is cool, but there are 2 different ways of playing. And so really what I would suggest, and there's this disconnect oftentimes when you play caged versus non-caged, what I suggest is actually looking at modes in the caged way, but instead of relearning a whole new bunch of positions, just take the minor pentatonic scale, the first position, and you'll find that within most minor modes, you have a hidden minor pentatonic scale. Just add 2 notes. So now you can just, if you're playing Phrygian, well, within the Phrygian mode, you have a minor pentatonic scale. So if you're in B Phrygian, play B minor pentatonic, and just add the 2 missing notes, which are the minor second and and the minor 6. So just play all these licks that you know. Oops. And land or add the minor 6 and the minor 2nd. And now you're playing modal the right way, not the right way, but the more comfortable way, because you're just adding to your minor pentatonic scale stuff. So when I play, I don't really think caged or non-caged, but the cage is more of a visualization thing, and it helps with figuring out what chords will work within a position, because everything is contained in this narrow block and all that. So that's kind of how it works, I think. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay, Mr. California wants to talk about target notes while playing over progression. Yeah, we can. So I think there are two approaches. If you're completely new to this, the main thing, I think, is to be aware of the sound of the notes that you're targeting. Every note has the potential to mean 12 different things because of the intervals. So take this note, for example. This pitch, regardless of what it is, this pitch could mean this, because it's in relation to something else. It can mean this. It can mean this. It can mean this. It can mean a lot of different things. So we're aware of that. Now these things could be classified, and that's where personal work, I think, is really important, because you don't want a list saying, you know, major third is happy, minor third is sad, perfect fifth is strong, like all those, you know, commonly used words. I think it's a personal thing. So you need to be aware of what a major second sounds like, what it makes you feel like, because then you can make choices that are going to be serving your own musicality inside. You're not just going to play guitar because, or you're not just going to play guitar as it was, you know, taught to you. It's a more personal thing. But so that's the very first thing. The first thing. The second thing is, if you want to start developing an ear for those things, just start targeting the notes of the chords, and you can take the triads, for example, 1, 3, 5. So over a major chord, just play your major chord. A major. I'm going to select a scale that goes with that in my bag of scales. Okay, Ionian, major scale. And I'm going to create little lines, and I'm going to try to land on the root, the 1. So this one, the A. Okay, great. I'll just make some ideas. I'll play the chord first. Play a simple idea. Okay, I'll do another one. Okay, I'll do another one. Okay, gives you a feeling. What is that feeling? I'm not going to tell you, because that's something you need to feel. For me, it feels boring, comes to mind, stable, neutral, not very interesting, but that's just me. If for you it sounds awesome and open, good, use that. You just need to define it. And then go with the third. Okay, I'll do the third, play the chord. Okay, I'll do another one. Okay, and so forth. And that's kind of how you develop a feel for those things. Eventually it comes naturally when you're playing. And to be honest, you don't have to, when I'm playing, maybe others are different, but when I'm playing, I'm not always aware of the notes I'm playing. I'm aware of the sound of the notes and how those notes make me feel. I can always backtrack and say, oh yeah, that's the major sixth, but I'm not thinking in terms of, I'm going to target this note, as in the name of the note. But I'm aware of, I'm going to target this feel, and I hear this in my head, I'm going to play this. it's like when I'm talking to you, I don't spell everything in my mind when I'm talking to you. I just talk to you. I can always go back and spell things, Things, but I don't. So it's the same kind of thing. Okay, I missed some questions. There's a question on legato. I think that what helped me is just really short exercises, having the position, experimenting with positions. For me, the thumb back here, and then maybe just simple drills. And then what helps too is like, legato is made of 2 movements. And at first I thought these movements were just the opposite. So we got hammers and pull-offs. And I thought a pull-off was the exact opposite of a hammer when I first started. But that resulted in me just lifting the finger, and that didn't create any sound. It's really pinching off. I think that's a better word. So you're kind of pinching. I'm exaggerating the movement. So instead of going straight up to remove the finger, you're kind of plucking the finger. Your fingers are acting as picks. So get used to that. I think that will help. I'm going to backtrack a little bit with the comments. I'm streaming my computer to the big screen, and so I can see you, but I missed some stuff. I missed a lot. I'm really sorry. Okay. Stephen is asking about the music theory DNA worksheet. Send me an email to david@davidwalleman.com and I'll send it to you. Because if you already went through this training, you can't get it. But for those of you who are interested in getting this, guitarinfusion.com for a free training on what Stephen is referring to, the music theory DNA. And that will help, I think. Okay, Tom is asking a good question about recommended modes for pentatonic blues player. Dorian and Mixolydian are the ones that he really wants. So Dorian for a minor context, Mixolydian for a major context, and you'll be set for life. And the good news is that they're very easy. Check this out. If you're up to, and I wasn't even looking at you, I'm sorry. There you are. Very easy. If you know your first position of the minor pentatonic scale will be an A. That's 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just add 2 notes to that. I'll show you a close-up. If you're in the first position, you're going to add a note on the 1st and 6th string on the 7th fret. Okay, so you got that? Then, so really we have 5, 7, 8. You're actually going to have 5, 7, 8 on the 6th string, 2nd string, and 1st string. Okay, we're almost there. That doesn't change. And then on the middle strings, strings 4 and 3, you're going to play 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7. So all together, oops. That's Dorian. And check this out. Take that Dorian mode, move it 1, 2, 3 frets below, play that Dorian mode. Actually, no, never mind. You know where I'm going with this, right? Don't. Let's take a look at the major pentatonic scale. Major pentatonic scale, you're just going to add 2 notes to that. You're going to add the perfect 4th and the minor 7th. Okay, that was a long, drawn explanation for something that shouldn't be. But Dorian and Mixolydian will really help, I think. Okay. What else am I missing? TM bridge. How do you approach when you feel like everything you play sounds the same, different backing tracks make different? Okay, so that's where, I don't know if you were there earlier, but that's where you put your guitar down and you pretend that I have my guitar down and you're hearing something like this. What would you play with this? I don't know, you have your guitar down, but start singing. Oh, I like that. I would never have come up with that with the guitar. You know, I'm going to change guitars. Why not? Da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I like that. Ma-da-ba-ma. Ooh. Definitely not a guitar thing, but it came from just singing. So that's how you break away from sounding like scales all the time. That really, really helps. Unfortunately, many people don't do it, but it helps so much to do that. And it simplifies your ideas, but makes them sound a lot more powerful and melodic. And oftentimes what's inside is like a gift, almost like, where did that come from? I've never played that before. That's where I believe in music being a gift from above. Not that, oh, I'm gifted, I'm better than you. No, like just enjoy the gift and listen and try to be the vessel and the instrument. I think that really helps. Okay. What else can I share with you that would be beneficial? Check this out. Random, very random. Been looking for something like this for a long time. This right here. What? Yes, I've been looking for a piece of flexible metal rod for a long time, and I found one. No, what is it? No, this is from a company called the Stick Company. You know this shot right here that I have? That's my phone. See, I'm taking my phone. See, that's my phone, and if I can show you around, this is what I'm looking at, by the way. See, I've got your comments there on the screen. That's my view. This is the close-up camera. Oh, that's a new amp. You haven't seen this yet. I just plugged it in. I love this thing, the D20 from Rev. Oh, I'll talk to you about that at some point. Maybe I'll let you hear it in a sec. That's my camera. Anyways, the reason I'm showing this is that is because of this. So there's the magnet right here in the back of my phone that is stuck there. This is magnetic. Okay, these wires allow me to prop the phone on a desk or something. So I might, I can angle these and maybe I'll have something like this. And then it holds, and then you get this view. Not that you would want that. But check this out. I know, I'm sorry, this is not guitar related, but I'm just excited about this. I'm not going to use these wires in the back. I'm just going to kind of like wrap it around like this. But check this out. This thing right here, the magnetic thing, will hook to this, or screw into this. This is a suction cup. So I can open it, stick it on a flat surface like my desk, for example. Like, can you see this? Yeah, right here. And twist it around, and it'll hold on my desk, and I can just rub my phone on there. Okay, sorry, it was kind of random. I'm gonna recharge my phone. I bet if I look at my analytics, that's where I dropped everyone. Everyone left. All right, let's use this. Okay, Joel is asking, how do you apply what you just explained about singing a melody and then find a cool chord sequence over this? There's a few methods on this. And thank you for the chord builder course, which if anybody is interested in this, it'll be relaunched soon. There are different methods you can experiment. Just say you have ba-da, ba-da, dum, la da 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 dum. Just play your chords. Ba, ba da ba da ba. Oh, that's cool. Or just search around. Or what I like to do is, because it helps my understanding of theory, is print out a blank fretboard, an empty fretboard, and then once you have your melody, start simple. La da ba ba bum. Write it out. Ba 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 on the fretboard. And then if you find that ba is an A, just write all the A's on the fretboard. Ba, ba, B, write all the B's. And so you'll have a fretboard that is not completely filled, but you'll have some notes. Look at these notes, take one of these notes and pretend that it's the root. And from there, should I show you on the, maybe I should show you, maybe it'll make more sense here. I'm gonna show you on the computer. I'm gonna hook up my computer and I'll show you exactly what I do. I'm gonna use it right here. This will be quick. Check this out. So I've got neck diagrams here. Also, if you're interested in neck diagrams, check out the description of this video and there'll be a link to download a free demo to this thing. Okay, say that you've got ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Okay, on my guitar, I'm gonna play these notes. Lam. That's an A. So I've got bam, ba, ba, da, ba, bam. That's what I have. La, da, ba, ba, bam. Okay, now this note, I'm gonna consider to be the root. La, da, ba, ba, ba. So I'm gonna say this is a root. Everything else is going to be the intervals according to this root. So I'm going to actually select all the notes and the label is going to be intervals. Okay, so this theme that I had, ba-da-ba-ba-bum, was made of a root 1, 2, 3, 1, 5. Okay, I'm going to fill in all the ones on the fretboard. So those are A's. Da-da-ba-ba-bum. Okay, I've got one right here. I have one on the open string right here. Come on, open string. I guess I decided to hide the open string. But anyways, you get the idea. And then I have a 2 right here. 2, 2, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. One more here. The third is going to be here, here, here. You're just kind of filling out the fretboard. Where's another 3? There's one here. There is one here, and so forth. Now this, if I look at what types of intervals I have, sorry, for some reason it's not acting the way I want it to act. Okay, these are intervals. So the theme that I have is extracted from a scale, and that scale has a 1, 2, 3, 5. There's no fourth. Well, I could decide what kind of fourth I want. Or maybe I could do a perfect fourth or an augmented fourth. I do have a 5 here. We'll do augmented fourth. And then there's no sixth, so I decide, do I want a minor 6th or a major 6th? I'll do major 6th. 7th, no 7th, so I could do minor 7th, major 7th, it doesn't matter. We'll do minor 7th, just for fun. This scale happens to be the scale that has a 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, flat 7. That scale has a name. So I'm going to generate the name of that scale. It has several names, actually. It's called, I could call it Phrygian dominant right here, or Lydian flat 7. I'll call it Phrygian dominant A. This is that scale right here. That scale, I can extract from it chords. So I'm actually going to make these notes hollow to illustrate what I'm doing. So this scale, we associated the ba-da-ba-ba-bum with a scale. And now I could take any of these notes, really, literally any. This one, this one, this one, for example. This chord is a chord because it's extracted from the scale, which was extracted from the theme that we had. And if I play that chord, that means that, well, I should be able to play my theme over this. We'll try. Sorry, wrong guitar. Na ba 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 bum. La da 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 da. In theory, it works. Do you like it? If so, get out. No. If that's great. If not, that's okay. Just try something else. We'll try simple. We'll try something simple. Maybe by taking the root. This one, this one, this one, this one. More of a traditional chord. That'll be a B, an A7. And just kind of explore like that. Again, I'm really sorry. That was a long answer, but it kind of hopefully clarifies things a little bit. Okay. Jeff, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Where are you, Jeff? Here? Yes, thank you, Jeff, very much. I hope that helps a little bit. Everything is connected, really. Everything is super connected on the instrument. Music is really just a matching game where, you know those puzzles for babies where it's like pre-cut shapes? You got to put the tractor in the tractor thing. Well, that's what music theory really is, matching elements together. And the more you're in it, the more you do it, the easier it is to, oh, that's tractor. I know exactly where it is. I don't have to try. Bam. Fits right away. That's the farmer. Here it is. Whereas, you know, if you're a baby, literally, or in music theory, you might have to try things a little bit, make it fit like we did on the fretboard. But it's the same exact thing. It really helps. And neck diagrams has been a great tool, not just for producing the videos, but to learning about guitar. And I think there is a link, and I think it'll give you a free demo in the description of this video. Mac and PC, it's great. I really like it. I'm still on version 1. They have version 2, which is great too, but I love that thing. Okay, any other questions? We're getting close to the end here. It's been about an hour. Braxel, if you're playing G minor, you play G Dorian, and you can play G minor pentatonic. And then Aeolian in parenthesis, well, no, because you said you're in Dorian. But if you move to the third, like the B, you can move everything down. I'm not sure I understand, Braxel, your question. Feel free to rephrase. But don't get too caught in the order of the modes and stuff like that. Just see each of these modes as unique and individual scales. Tom Woods, thank you very much. Really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Thank you very, very much for the super chat. But yeah, it's really, when people start playing with modes, and I was there too, I start trying to develop the idea of modes, but it gets complicated because I bring everything back to the major scale, and things got very simplified as soon as I started seeing these modes as unique and individual scales. If I'm in A Phrygian, I'm in A Phrygian. I'm not playing in the relative Phrygian of a major scale. A Phrygian is A Phrygian. It's not F major, it's A Phrygian. So that's kind of how I think you should see it. And also simplified by looking at the pentatonic scales. Most modes are just glorified pentatonic scales. You take the pentascale, 5-note scale, just adding the missing notes. It's just a matter of knowing which notes you're missing. And if you don't know, just play pentatonic. You've got 5 out of 7 notes that are covered already in there. So that's kind of how it works. Okay, Braxel, can you move modes with a progression? Yes, you can, but when you do that, you're really not influencing the key or the feel of the backing track, because the key or the mode used is really given to you by the chord or the chords you're playing over. You as a player have no control over that. If a chord is A minor, and I'm playing an A Dorian in the first position, every note I'm playing is still going to be attracted to that A minor chord. If you move to, say, B Phrygian, same notes as A Dorian. B Phrygian. Are you now sounding like Phrygian? No, because everything you play is still attracted to that A. Gives you the same feel. See, now I'm in Dorian. It sounds the same, right? Check this out. This lick, sorry, which is extracted from that A Dorian position. That can also be heard. Sorry. Come on. In the Phrygian position. It sounds exactly the same. So when you're transposing or moving from mode to mode, you're looking at modes as positions, not as keys or feelings or things like that. Any Moonracker, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Joe is asking me what DAW I use, digital audio workstation. I use Logic Pro 10 on my computer. It's great. Mark, yes, this is my Kiesel. I really like it a lot. And it's very comfortable. But there are so many awesome guitars. I know I should say this. I don't know if people are watching. Yes, of course people are watching. But I think today, in this day and age, there are so many really, really good brands. And I'm not trying to please everyone, but I really mean it. I love my Kiesels. I love my Volas as well. And everything here I love. All the guitars that are here that I'm keeping. Ibanez, you don't see this very much, but I love this one. I don't play it much. It's a 7-string S series. I love Ibanez too. I'm getting emails from all the sponsors. We don't like you anymore. No, but the PRS Silver Sky, I love it too. They're different instruments. To be honest, like, do I have a favorite right now? Yeah, but in a couple weeks it might change. So, the Fender, this one, I've had this for years. This Telecaster, I love it. So many good guitars these days. And I also have this one, which I think someone asked about the Harley Benton. This is I don't even know the name, but it's kind of a Brian May type Harley Benton. And I have a Harley Benton home, like a Strat type, white Strat. And I use it home to practice. Kids drew all over it. Thankfully, it was not a $10,000 guitar, but it sounds great and it's great to practice. So I really like it a lot. But they're just tools. Just remember that the music really comes from a different place, not the instrument. The instrument is your pencil. It's important to have a good, comfortable pencil that allows you to write properly and create these ideas the right way. But just remember that music doesn't come from here. It comes from you, and there's only one you. That's the beautiful, beautiful thing about music. You don't have to have all these endorsements, guitars, education, college degree, theory knowledge. No, not at all. Just if you're interested in knowing it, great. But you can create incredibly beautiful music without all that. And a professional musician doesn't mean that he's better than a non-professional musician. It only means that he's blessed to be paid to do it. Well, sometimes a blessing in disguise. It's still a job. Mr. California is asking if I have any courses coming out. I do, thank you very much. So I have a couple. The first one is probably going to come out within the next couple of weeks. It's a simple improvisation course. So if you know Guitar Infusion, the big 22-hour course, this one is much shorter and it's kind of a step into Guitar Infusion. And then I have another one that is in the works, and unfortunately it's not going to be out for a little while, but do you guys know Steve Stein? Well, him and I are working on a course together, and it's a guitar boot camp type thing, workouts, guitar workouts, and he was supposed to fly here to Colorado. He was supposed to be here, I think maybe 3 weeks ago, and his ticket was booked and hotel and all that, and we're going to film it together. And then the quarantine came and travel plans changed, and so the course is ready to be filmed, but that'll be whenever things get back to normal. I'll have Steve here and we'll film the course together and create things. If you don't know Steve, you should check him out. Guitar Zoom. Okay, everyone. I think that's pretty much it. Carlos is asking where the Vola is. It's right here. And if you're asking about the orange pink Vola, and if Greg from Vola is asking, I'm asking you. No, so the pink or orange Vola was sent back to Vola because I wanted to make it relic, and I want the neck to be satin, and they're changing the neck on it to make it a little bit thinner and more matte finished. So still waiting on that one. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll probably do this once a month. And tomorrow, let's see, today is Tuesday. Yeah, Thursday's video, I'm excited about that one. It'll be published Thursday, and it's kind of a story. It's kind of different. But someone asked about the DNA, music theory DNA. Everything, I'll tell you all about it in Thursday's video. So don't miss that one. I think you'll like it. And it explains kind of how it came to be in a dream. I'll tell you about that Thursday. Thank you so much, everyone, for the super chats and the participation and just showing up. It really means a lot. So thank you, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Stay safe. And don't forget below that there's a link to grab the free bundle, Practice at Home bundle, depending on when you're watching. And then also, if you want to learn more about the Gem Box 3 from Joyo, there's a link for Amazon. It's really affordable, and it does custom IRs too, and built-in drum machine and all that, so it's great. Okay, last question, because I saw it. Paul is asking if I still have this. Yes, the premium, I still have it, still love it, but it needs to be adjusted. The neck needs to be adjusted, so that's why I haven't been using it. But you know what? I think I will. Yeah, it just needs to be adjusted. Everyone, thank you so much. I'm going to go edit a few videos today. And take care, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Thanks again. You guys rock. Bye.